Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta. Today, I am back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Had a Time-Space Dojutsu? It's kind of a funny-ish, slightly scary-ish short movie, so yeah, a little bit of disclaimer there. And moving onwards, I hope you had a very nice festive yesterday. You celebrated it, and I hope you have a happy new year as well. But yeah, be careful, it's cold outside. I got caught in cold, and now I have flu, and yeah, I had also had a fever, but now that the fever is gone, I still have a runny nose. But that is something you didn't need to know about. Anyways, moving onwards, I might have, as I mentioned before, ordered Harry Potter books as well as Percy Jackson books are already here. I'm gonna be reading them in January, starting with Percy Jackson ones, and each book I finish, I will be making it into a series or into a movie or short movie or whatever. But anyways, what good news is that now I will be aware of the complete stories, each and every part, at least the main five parts because I bought them. And yeah, after each and every story is finished, I will be uploading a movie or short movie or a series, 3 parts to 5 part series. Do let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. And if you have any novel reading habit like I have developed, then do let me know about your favorite novels in the comment section. Maybe I will give it a read if I can find one. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Polo Chia channel as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins 2 days after the QB attack in Konoha Gakure no Sato. As we go towards the Hokage office where we see Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, who has retaken the position as the active Kage, was seated there. As behind him was standing his student, Jiraya, who was returned just yesterday night. As currently he was looking out through the window behind the Hokage desk towards the village. You were right, Sensei. Last night I couldn't look at that well at the village because of the dark, but it really has been destroyed a lot. Yes, and this time around the people, if they find out who the Jinchuriki is, there's gonna be a huge commotion. And even some calls. Calls? Calls for what? For the head of the Jinchuriki. Because the people are broken, Jiraiya. But you told me they don't know. I have been trying to not tell them. But I'm guessing that they are figuring it out. So you're not even sure about this. About the secret that is kept. I'm sorry, Jiraiya, but I'm not aware. So, there is a high chance that people are already aware about him. You know that they didn't want their son to suffer. If anything, they wanted the boy to be seen as a hero. These were his dying words to you. Sensei, I know. That is why I called you here, Jiraiya. Because I knew there was only one choice, an option I have left. And that is to hand over that child to his godfather. You can't be serious. No. I can't take care of him. I can barely take care of my own self. How can I take care of a child? Well, I guess it's time for you to become serious, Jiraiya. Serious of a sort. Do act as an adult for this child's sake. I haven't even met him yet. You will. You will soon. I have already called for Kakashi to bring him here. As suddenly the door opened and in walked a kid with a silver hair that was gravity-defying almost, as he was wearing Anbu clothes. So you joined the Anbus, Kakashi. As Kakashi didn't say anything but nodded, as he handed the bundle that he was holding in his arms to Jiraiya. He just looks like both of them. Yes, the best of both of his parents. And unfortunately a heavy duty and a burden placed on his shoulder as well from such a young age. Sensei, you have to wisen up, Jiraiya, for his sake. You have to. Because you're the only one who can protect him from them. You know it, I know it. And nobody else can do this job except for you. As Hiruzen emphasized on this because he knew that Jiraiya's mind was switching and he needed a push. Fine, you old man. I know you're trying to push me into this and I can't back out of it now. I took that job as the godfather, and I will fulfill it. So what should I do? I can't remain in the village. You have to take him with you. If he remains in the village, even if you are here, then there will be quite a commotion. People will call out for his head. And if they know it is with you, the child, they will be somewhat satisfied knowing that you are capable enough of handling the QB because you were the one who trained Minato, who defeated the QB in the first place. Well, that is quite a confident vote. Now leave, Jiraiya. What? Now? Yes. A council meeting is held back because of this meeting between us, and I need to be there as fast as I can now. Now this is settled. I have to leave. And again, Jiraiya, this is your responsibility because you accepted it. I know, Sensei. Are you sure about this, Jiraiya-sama? Asked Kakashi, as he looked towards Jiraiya. What? What do you mean, Kakashi? Of course I am. I'm the godfather of the said child. Why wouldn't I be? I mean, because of your tendencies of, going out on adventures and whatnot. Tell you what, Kakashi, to bring you out of this sorry state, how about you cheer up and read these? Look, I lost a student, something closer to son as well, right? But you don't see me that sad, because Minato wouldn't want that from us. Wouldn't he? Yes, of course not. So how about you read this book? Icha Tactics, Part 1. Yeah, there's still 2 parts left after this one, so after you finish this, make sure you read those if you're hooked on it. I'll give it a try. Alright then. Come on, little Naruto. It's time for our adventure. And with that being said, Jiraiya departed with Naruto. Well, I guess that settles one of the big problems now. Don't get too infatuated with that book. That book is kind of a curse as well if you get too infatuated with it, Kakashi. A curse? Yes. As he wasn't sure whether to read the book or not now, because Jiraiya-sama recommended it and Hiruzen-sama, his biggest fan, was telling him not to get infatuated by it. And pulling out the odds, he said, why the hell not? All the while, Hiruzen went to the battleground of his own, the council meeting. As now we go towards Jiraiya and Naruto. 5 years later, as we see 5-year-old Naruto training with Gama Kichi, similar to his age in Toad years, who was training alongside him. Come on, Naruto. You're still lacking. You can't even catch Kamatetsu, and he's the laziest one of us. Easy for you to say, Kichi. He's quite hard to catch. I'm not that hard. Well, you're not, you idiot. As now we see, Pa then arrived there, otherwise known as Fukusaka, the elder of the Toad clan. Pa, what are you doing here? Said Jiraiya. Well, Jiraiya boy, I am here to see the training that is going on with the tadpoles over there. Well, I guess you better relax and sit back. They are still practicing with their, abilities to evade and capture. That is good. At their age, this is the most effective method for the tadpoles. As suddenly Naruto did something. He caught Kamatetsu, and not only him, Gamakichi as well. Yes, I got both of you. What? How? That's cheating. You're cheating. As both of the adults didn't figure out that they were fighting, as Fukusaka said, enough tadpoles. Why are you two fighting with Naruto? And Naruto boy, what do they mean that you cheated? I didn't cheat it. Of course you did. You were there, and suddenly you were behind us. You had to use something. Nuh-uh, I didn't use anything. Sorry to break it to you, Kamakichi, Kamatetsu. Naruto hasn't still learned much about chakra, so it's quite impossible for him to do that. But we saw what he did. Is that so? Well, I'm telling you, it is not possible unless you're making lame excuses that Naruto caught you. Well, I don't know how to prove it. I guess you did catch us, Naruto. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's fine, Kichi. I did catch you, though. Yeah, I guess you did. As Fukusaka was happy with this, and then he stroked his beard once more. Jiraiya boy, can we have a minute of talk separate? And kids, don't ruffle up too much. As now we see, Fukusaka and Jiraiya then spoke. What is it, Pa? Naruto boy seemed somewhat special. What Gamakichi and Gamatetsu said was somewhat true. Naruto was far away. But within a blink of an eye, when my gaze left him, he got them. You're saying that Naruto cheated? In a sense, yes, but he himself is not aware. And I think even us, ourselves as individuals, are not. Only in time you'll be able to figure it out on your own, Jiraiya boy. Keep a close eye on him, said Fukusaka with a smirk before puffing away alongside with Gamakichi and Gamatetsu. While Naruto was left there, and so was Jiraiya with a deep thought as he looked towards Naruto with wide eyes. What? What is it? Arisoning. Nothing, kid. How about we go home for the time being? And so they left to the apartment that they have rented for the time being. As time passed some more and Naruto reached at the age of 8, as currently Jiraiya as well as Naruto was sparring. Naruto over the course of years, while he and Jiraiya traveled across the elemental nation, has learned about a lot of things about the different cultures as well as different clans as well as a lot of things about elemental nation, and training wise he has already mastered the Rasengan but was now finishing it because Jiraiya has told him that his hero, the fourth Hokage's wish was to finish it before his demise, and Naruto took it upon himself to finish it, because he vowed he would. While doing so, Naruto also found out that his abilities were related to the elements such as air, as well as earth and water. So Naruto was learning about the water as well as earth style jutsus and air style as well. While this was going on, Naruto was practicing his Fuinjutsu arts and Taijutsu style, as currently Jiraiya as well as Naruto were sparring. And immediately Jiraiya while sparring noticed something. Naruto disappeared, and in the next moment he was on the right side of him with an axe kick, as by bare minimum Jiraiya was able to dodge. What the hell? What the? How did you do that, Naruto? What? Getting tired, old man? I didn't do anything. I just ran across in front of you while you were busy staring in the air. Are you not taking me seriously? What? Of course I am. My gaze was on you all the time, Naruto. Nuh-uh, it wasn't. Okay, do this again then. As Naruto tried, but Jiraiya this time around was more serious, and that is when he noticed Naruto. There was a flash, almost like a blur, as next moment Naruto was behind him as he fell face first to the ground. Naruto kicked him in the back, as Jiraiya didn't have enough time to react. How? How is this possible? How could have this happened? Said Jiraiya as he was in deep thought. We see suddenly some Eva shinobis surrounded him. Well, what do we have here? Look, that kid. He resembles the... Wait, what is Eva Shinobi's doing here in the Land of Water side? You do know that the Land of Water daimyo is not that welcoming of you people here. Same could be said for you, Konoha. But you are here, aren't you? And this child, isn't he? Resemblance can be decepting, don't you know? About the basic rules here, Anbu-san. Of course I know, but we're not taking any chances. Kill the Sanin and take care of the child. Today, we'll get the revenge for what Fourth did all those years ago. What? As suddenly, all of them charged towards Jiraiya as Jiraiya said, Naruto, run! As Naruto tried to do so, a man suddenly grabbed him, and suddenly, Naruto's heartbeat increased, and then it happened. Naruto's eyes, they had a white hue in them. All the veins within his eyes then turned white, while his irises remained blue. As Naruto witnessed, the time stopped. He was able to break free from the grip, and not only that, he was able to literally dash towards Jiraiya and yank him away from the attack that was going to happen that could have been lethal. Suddenly, the time resumed, which has stopped, as Jiraiya noticed something. Naruto's eyes. His eyes. They're different. What? How did the brat how did the brat got free himself? I was holding him a moment ago. Jiraiya, we have to get out of here. As Jiraiya, using his techniques, summoned both Fukusaka and Shima. As he got serious, Naruto stayed behind. Damn it! He's in the Sanin mode. We have to get out of here. Oh no, you don't. As using the Rasengan as well as his Toad Oil and Flame Jutsu, Jiraiya took care of all of them, and then sealed them away in a scroll to collect the bounty for them later on. Well, that takes care of it. But my dear boy, you certainly have shown some great interest. Pa! Jiraiya boy, is it me or Naruto boy's eyes were different just a moment ago? Yes, Ma, I also noticed. Jiraiya? Well, I guess we have to go back to the Mount Miyabuku for this. Alright, kid. We're gonna go back to Mount Miyabuku. Really? That's great. I'm gonna meet with Kichi. But what about them? How did they even find us? It was just by luck, kid. We were training here, they noticed some rustling, and once they checked it out, they found us. And they wanted to target us because we are not in good terms with Eva. I see. I already was aware of that because of you taking me around the elemental nation, but it was kind of scary for the first time. Nah, kid, you did great. Even while being scared, you didn't froze like most people do. You took it into your own hands and even saved me. If you hadn't have jumped in, I would have been hurt very badly. Is that so? You did a great job, Naruto-kun, said Ma as well as Fukusaka, who was watching this. Alright then, Ma. Reverse summon Naruto back, I'll reverse summon Jiraiya. And so both of them did. As with a huge puff of smoke, both of them disappeared. While back, we see Kamakichi, Kamatetsu, and some other tadpoles alongside with Naruto were playing, as well as just having fun, while Gamabunta, as well as the elders, were on the other side with Jiraiya. He did what? Said Gamabunta. Not too loud, Bunta, but yes, this is what happened. I saw it with my own eyes. Yes, I witnessed it as well. I was quite surprised when Pa mentioned a few years back that Naruto boy might have something that is quite amazing and never seen and heard before. It's like a natural Hydration. We have to conduct test, a test to determine if he has a dojutsu or not that we are not aware of. Yes, I guess we should. But how are we gonna do this? Last time I checked, we don't even have that much on Toad Clan itself to determine this. We might not have that, but you know someone who has. No. No, 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 no. Anyone but her. You know she's gonna kill me when I meet her, right? Well, you brought it upon yourself, Jiraiya. You shouldn't have slept with her and then dashed away. Oh, yeah, I guess. Can you contact the, well, slugs and let us know? We already did. We have been keeping tabs on her. And you might find something surprising there. Because Tsunade has begged us not to reveal this to you. What? What do you mean? Now I'm even more scared. Well, let's just say, Trabo, you brought this upon yourself. No, 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 100 times no. You might come to regret if you don't go now. Oh, shit. I already know where this is going, and I'm not liking this one bit. Well, it is what it is, so you better go now. As Naruto and Jiraiya found themselves now in Tanabata town, standing in front of the apartment, where, behind that door, Jiraiya knew he was surely bound to die. As suddenly he knocked on the door, as a voice then said, of a child, as Jiraiya rose, "Coming." Who is it? It's, Jiraiya and Naruto. Jiraiya? As that is when a gasp was heard. As suddenly we see stomping was heard as the door slammed open, literally ripping apart from the hinges as Naruto froze as well. As Tsunade Senju was standing there with a pissed off expression. You have some nerve showing your face around here. As behind Tsunade Senju, hugging on to a girl, a woman with yukata wearing as well as with black hair, was a white-haired girl with black eyes, as she had the same marking as her father under her eyes. Who is that? You don't have a say. Suchi, get back. Suchi, what do you mean? Her name. That I picked for her when you left me. I did? You knocked me up, and then you left and didn't even bother to contact me. I was afraid, Hime. As you should, you dumbass. As Jiraiya was punched, sending him flying across the village. I kind of deserved that. And he was punched again. I deserved that too. And once he arrived back, he was almost swollen in the face. Don't... I'm gonna die now, seriously. You should. Come and meet your daughter now. Suchi, meet your asshole of a father who has arrived back. Hey, To-chan. Wow. You really are beautiful, as your mother. Why did you not tell me this? How could I? I almost did the unthinkable, but Shizune told me not to, and something within told me that I shouldn't. Thank you. As Jiraiya then picked up that girl and hugged her close. She was similar age to Naruto, if not, well, younger by it. How old is she? She's 8 this year. 8 years. You didn't bother to contact me after that. I didn't want it to die. You almost killed me today as well. I I guess I was aware that you had a child. Look, we were both drunk and I know I didn't want you to take on the responsibility. No, I will. She is my daughter. Who is he? He's my godson. Godson? You mean he's young Kushina's son? Come over here, boy. As Tsunade brought him closer and into a tight hug. She was always like a daughter to me. Kushina. She even married that idiot of a boy, Minato, but I guess I'm not that sad that she did. You're also a part of the Uzumaki clan, which I am. Like me. Am I? Yes. And what do you mean my mother married the fourth Hokage? Wait, you're not aware? As Jiraiya was telling her not to do that by a sign to cut it out. As Tsunade punched him again, and this time Jiraiya really was knocked out as she held her daughter. Suchi, you go with Naruto. I have a lot to take care of. Wait, Jiraiya said, coming back to consciousness. And then Jiraiya was beaten down to a pulp. As now we see he was being healed by Tsunade. Why did you not tell him this? It was Sensei's orders to not tell him and wait until he's older enough to understand. I really wished I could, but I couldn't. And as the time went by, I just became more and more afraid. I always mess up things, Tsunade. I mess up big time. I messed up leaving you with Suchi alone and then now with Naruto as well. I guess I really am worthless, as you said. Not being able to take care of a single relationship in my life. You're not that bad, Jiraiya. At least you tried to make amends for it. Thanks, Hime. As suddenly the door slammed open, as both Suchi and Naruto fell face first to the ground, and Shizune also froze. Shizune, even you? You're grown up now. It's my fault. I was the one who wanted to know, said Naruto. Why did you not tell me this? I was afraid, Naruto. At first it was an order, and I thought that if given you enough time, I will be able to bring this up somehow, but I never was able to do so, and soon I began to grow fearful that you might come to hate me, that I will tell you, hey, I'm your father's sensei. That is why I'm your godfather, and you are with me on this training trip. I see. So that is why that Eva people attacked, and you were stopping them from telling me. Yes. As that is when we see, Naruto then said, with a quivering lip, look, I don't hate you, but that was a dick move. Yeah, I guess it was. As after that we see Suchi then said, don't cry, Naruto, as she hugged him. As Jiraiya then said, with a raised eyebrow, and so did Tsunade. As Suchi had a blush on her face as she left, while Naruto also was in a bright red. As Shizune took them away. Well, looks like your daughter is like you, somewhat. How come she's my daughter when she's acting like this in front of the person that she loves? I guess. Or has a crush on. She's too young for that. Is she? Naruto is kind of a nice boy. He is like his father in that sense. Well, if he is, then that's great, I guess. We Senjus and Uzumakis always had a habit of picking out the most weirdest bunch for us. Yeah, I guess you have. Say, Hime, are you... Yes, I am single, Jiraiya. As Jiraiya had a glint in his eyes as Tsunade blushed, looking away. See? Told you, weird. As Jiraiya wiggled his eyebrows, and then he was slapped on the face, causing him to knock out. As this was going on, time began to pass by, as Tsunade and Jiraiya then decided to stay together, as both of them were wandering Sanins now. And so Suchi then joined her parents, as so did Naruto. As they reached at the age of 12, an argument broke out between Tsunade as well as Jiraiya. What do you mean you're not gonna send them back to the village? I won't. They are your and mine, student, and I can't. Hime, you are afraid, I know that, but Things are different. We'll be there for them to protect them. You can be their sensei, acting sensei. I'm not sure, Jiraiya, if I'm able to do that. Of course you will be. You're the most strongest woman I know. And if you won't be able to protect them, then no one else will. That's for sure. And I know for a fact that for everything that is worth, you will protect them with your life. You better not doubt that. Then what's there to be afraid of? I'll always be with you in the shadows, protecting them from outside. While you will be protecting them from within. You're not coming with us? No, Hime. I won't be, unfortunately. But you have Naruto and Shizune-san and your mother with you. I have to make sure that nobody is aware of you, as well of Naruto and both of your heritage. Me and Tsunade has both a lot of enemies on our own, and Naruto's parents did as well. And to make sure that they don't get to you, to get back at us, I have to do this. I'll miss you, Jiraiya. So will I, Hime. And so, they were brought back to Konoha. And as soon as they did, Tsunade forced to release the information that Naruto was part Senju as well as Uzumaki, and was her son-in-law. As soon as this information was released, we see that Tsuchi was happy while Naruto was blushing mess. As for 1 year, they studied in the academy with the next future generation. And within that academy, Naruto, being the nice person as he was, being like his father more, he made sure that everyone was respected and treated fairly well. Even one Sasuke Uchiha, who was the most, cold out of them. And because of that, Sasuke respected Naruto somewhat because he was the only one who didn't worship him like an idol or anything. In fact, if anything, he saw Sasuke as an equal and as a friend, something that Sasuke could respect. And as for Ino, as well as for Hinata Yuga, both of them were awestruck by him and his personality to the point that they have begun to fall for him. And within 1 year, they were completely falling for him. While on the other side, Tsuchi was not happy with this outcome. Her Naruto was hers and hers alone. And so, while Naruto was unaware and playing with the boys, we see Ino and Hinata admiring him, as Tsuchi then said, "Good stuff, isn't it?" "Yeah, you're not even... Well, you won't even believe what kind of dreams do I have about him," says Hinata. "Is that so? The shy Hinata Yuga is saying that stuff." As Hinata noticed who it was, as did Ino. "So what? You don't have a claim of him." "Of course I do. I'm his fiancé. Just because your mother says so, it doesn't mean that it is true. And besides, last time I checked, he's the last male of both the Uzumaki and Senju clan. You know what that means?" "What?" "There is a chance of him being placed into a CRA. You know what a CRA is, Tsuchi?" "What?" "It means that he can marry a lot of women. Even us. You think I'll allow this to happen?" As suddenly a mark began to form on her forehead, as she stomped feet on the ground, causing it to crack. As Naruto then arrived there, "Tsuchi, what's got you so worked up? Why are you arguing with Ino and Hinata?" "Nothing. No reason, Naruto-kun. But you better stay away from these two hussies." "What? What do you mean? They are my friends. I just can't stay away from them like this without no reason." As Ino as well as Hinata said, "We like you, Naruto." "What? What do you mean?" "We love you, you idiot." What Hinata meant to say. As Naruto was blushing mess now. As Sakura said, "What do you mean you like this idiot? Sasuke-kun is way more cool." "What the hell is wrong with you, Sakura? If they like someone that is not me, that doesn't mean that you have to hate on them. And besides, Naruto is kind of my friend, and you're insulting him." Anything you say, Sasuke-kun. Anything you say." And in such a dramatic way, a year ended, as Tsunade was, if anything, quite happy with this rivalry that her daughter needed, because it was pushing her to become strong. As for Konoha shinobis, as well as civilians, they were happy, because this time around this was something much better than the serials that they had to watch. And not only that, they were witnessing the next generation. As time began to pass by, Tsunade brought it upon herself to make Shizune the sensei, who was quite strong Konoichi in her own right, and the only woman that she would trust, with Naruto, Tsuchi, as well as with the third person, a girl that was, trained under Danzo, Sai. As the three of them made a team, as Shizune would take them on missions which were from D rank up to C rank, and they completed a lot of them. Now, I'm gonna be stopping story here for those people who think that I'm going off script, but yes, Sai is a girl in this one, so deal with it, people. Yes, Sai is a she, gender bent. Okay? Now, moving on with the story, as now we see Naruto being Naruto, with his kindness, even got closer to the emotionless side to the point that she was now infatuated by him. And this was bugging Suchi to the point that she was close to breaking out and crashing out on everyone. But Naruto, being Naruto, was able to handle the situation. Until they were told to go help out Team 7, in which another Genin was, well, in position except for Naruto with Sasuke and Sakura, and that Genin unfortunately died. And because of that dire situation, they were sent there. Naruto, alongside with Suchi, who was pissed off, were allowed to take out her rage, and what she did with poor Tazuna as well as Zabuza as well as Gato and Haku was something that was straight out of a horror movie, as even Shizune was terrified. Is this our little Suchi? What is wrong with her? I I I don't know. Nei-san, what is going on? Is she in there again jutsu or something? No, I don't think so, Naruto. I think she's having her periods or something. What? No. What? As Naruto blushed again, as Suchi let out a screech, and what followed suit was the destruction of the already half-built bridge. No! The bridge! You wanna die too, old man? No, I'm perfectly fine. I didn't like the design anyway. Let's make a new one. And so the bridge was completed again. And time passed by until Chunin exams arrived. Within them, Naruto did something that was shocking to most, even to Jiraiya and Tsunade. He was able to make Anko blush. How so? Anko almost dropped the dango as Naruto, jumping in, was able to pick it up and then brought it to her. You almost dropped this. Oh, thanks, kid. Nice snack. Yeah, I guess this. I get it. But I wouldn't have noticed that such a beautiful snake like you would like such a thing. As that being said, Anko was a fumbling, blushing mess. Something that her previous sensei, Hidden Aganin, was even shocked about. Anko is someone who I know has never done something akin to even showing emotions. Now she might be a bit cocky, but this? Huh, who would have thought? As Suchi was almost close to pulling her hair out, because Naruto was at it again. Why did he have to be such a gentleman? Until we see Jiraiya nearby. It has to be something that Tochan did. And so, after the second part of exams in which she lashed out against Orochimaru, who took it upon himself to leave his little bit of dignity that he has left, decided to confront her father. Alright, spit it out, what did you do to him? Well, I have been given the responsibility to form his character, so I'll bring him up. I made sure that he, even while staying a gentleman, was a gentleman. Jiraiya said by putting quotations on the last one. What did you do? I made him a gentleman. No. You made him a pervert? No, not like a pervert, but a person who brings the pervert out of the others. My dear daughter, you created a monster. A monster who is not even aware of his own abilities. In a sense, yes, I did. As that is when for the first time Jiraiya was punched by his beloved daughter, sending him flying away into the space. I gotta protect our children to make sure that this doesn't happen. Tsunade, while watching this, was pleased because she knew that something was off about Naruto, the way he behaved. And that is when he realized the poor boy was not even aware that the pervert who raised him was raising a perfect lady killer. It was a pet project of Jiraiya, as Jiraiya knew it was worth it. As finally the finals begin, in the semifinals begin, in which Naruto was then facing against not Kiba but Temari herself. As while fighting, Naruto got close to her to the point that he was always smiling at her and getting into her safe space, causing her to blush and whatnot. As Hinata, as well as Ino and Anko, and also more than ever, Suchi weren't releasing killer intent. Oh boy, she is fired up. I pity her, rival. Lo and behold, it was Kurimaru from Sound, and the poor Ashbone boy's bones alongside the Ashbones were broken. he was mangled by Tsuchi and displayed the power of the Senjus, as everyone believed. But women understood women, so they realized that something has ticked it off, and they understood that it might have been the poor Uzumaki boy, Naruto. Well, I guess the brat has a thing for everyone. But the way he speaks, it's quite enchanting. As Uchi glared at them, immediately shutting them up. Jiraiya, meanwhile, with a plaster on his neck as well as on his hand, was standing next to Tsunade. Gold mine. Ugh, I don't even want to punch you now. Why? This is certainly entertaining, Jiraiya. I might say. You know, we both are shitty parents enjoying our daughter's suffering. She's not suffering, she's growing. She's growing into the phase where she has to come to realization that Naruto is going to place under CRA. What? Said Jiraiya, snapping his neck almost. Ow! That hurts. I knew he would act like this. But why? I thought he wouldn't allow him. Well, as much as I hate to, but I gotta have to do this because I know that the boy, even though he's being acting like this because of you, Jiraiya, and your influence over the course of years. Thank you. Guilty as charged. If he saw anyone else, he might not be able to live with it, to know that he broke their heart. So I'm gonna be opening up the CRA. And besides, we might have a political alliance with Suna soon. Because look at that girl. As Temari was a blushing mess now. As she was still looking at Naruto while Naruto just waved at her, causing her to blush even more. While her siblings were just as confused. And so, within a month, the finals happened. And once they did, Naruto and his whole village was under attack. And that is when it happened. His Dojutsu activated once more. That has been dormant. The space-time eye, as he called it. Naruto knew that he could only stop time for 10 seconds, for at least 10 minutes to cool down before he could use it again. So Naruto did. As within those 10 seconds, he was not only able to save Jiraiya, Tsunade as well as Hiruzen, but also Tsuchi and the others. And then came 10 minutes cooldown in which he had to make sure that the others were okay with the Shadow Clone. And then he used the Harasshin within those 10 minutes, and then he used the time space to stop and use the portals that he was able to create now. That is when he realized he could. Small portals to grab the projectiles and throw it away. Until the One Tails, who was now released upon them, decided to use the Bijudama. Naruto then did something that he knew was a risky gamble. As soon as it was about to hit Konoha, he released a huge portal, absorbing it and keeping it at bay. As the Bijudama vanished, Konoha was still there, while everyone else was shocked. Why did this happen? As this was being done, we see that Naruto was happy. Yes! Yes, it worked! At that moment, Naruto then said, oh, shit. Because everyone realized that he was the one behind this. Konoha Crush was a failure for Suna now, but a success for Konoha, especially Tsunade, who was pleased alongside with Hiruzen, and the whole Konoha was saved by Naruto because of his new Dojutsu that was revealed to the whole village now. And they were shocked. Naruto had a natural given Kekkei Dojutsu that allowed him to use natural born Harasshin. And that in itself even impressed someone like Danzo, who wanted Naruto to grow and study and learn more, and wanted him to have a huge CRA because he knew they would have soon an army of these shinobis and konohachis of their own. And so, by the order of daimyo, the CRA was opened. In order to apologize as to form a treaty because it was found out that Orochimaru was behind this, Suna sent it over to Temari, and she was to be wed to Naruto, who has agreed to take it upon herself, as well as Tsuchi, who was the main wife, who obviously was selected by Tsunade. And then there was Ino and Hinata, who also joined in, and surprisingly enough was Anko as well. As Kurenai was not pleased with this, but Anko told him that he was the one. As now we see, Naruto was quite taken aback by this, as his sensei, his godfather, then said, "You did good, kid. I'm proud of you. You're the first perfect student of mine that has come to fruition and success. Why do I look like that you're trying to call me a project?" As that is when Tsuchi explained everything to him as Naruto was seated there with a realization. You did this, didn't you? Guilty as charged. But look at the bright side, kid. You have a harem of your own. I didn't need a harem, but I guess now that I have one, I don't mind, said Naruto, looking away blushingly, as all the girls were smiling down at him. And so, now we see, Suchi then said, since I was the first one who met him, I have the biggest claim here. Hey, in this way, we have the second biggest claim, said both Hinata as well as Ino. And then came Anko, and then finally Temari. Naruto then said, I will treat you all equally. There's no need to claim or stack anything. As all of them blushed, as Suchi then said, fine, I guess if you say so, then it's fine. While this was going on, we go towards Amigakure, where we see everyone was not pleased, because they have been spying on Konoha and what they have found out was quite terrifying. The next generation of both Senju and Uzumaki clan are both terrifying and something in its own right quite dangerous. And not to say the boy is not still in contact with the QB. We need to do something, and fast. What can we do, I mean? Something. Anything. As that is when it was decided that Konoha would be the one to suffer the most. As so, the attack began by the Akatsuki. As Pain and Konan were sent there alongside with some of the others such as Deidara, Sasori, Hidan, Kakazu, and as well as Kisame, and finally Itachi himself. Now, obviously, Itachi as well as Kisame decided to leave. Why? Because they realized this could be dangerous, so they stood back as standby, while the others intervened. And as soon as they did, all hell broke loose. Naruto, while going through this, was trying his best with his Dojutsu to tackle them. Stopping time for 10 seconds was not more than enough because that Rinnegan was able to see through it even, until Naruto was able to tap into the second state. As, in a fit of rage, Naruto did something. He began to open time-space itself and go through dimensions. He grabbed one of the parts one by one and threw them in different dimensions altogether until the one controlling them connection was completely cut off. I can feel my paths. All of them are gone. And so Conan intervened with the others, as Naruto, using the same technique as his eyes began to bleed, did this, opening portals and throwing them into different dimensions, frozen ones, water ones, and whatnot, just far away from Earth. After trapping them all there, we see that Naruto was almost exhausted. I won't allow you to harm anymore. As Naruto then did something. He realized that many deaths have happened. He slammed his hand on the ground. Kyubi-san. As in the dark, two red eyes opened. What is it, kid? What do you want? I apologize, but I will be borrowing some of your chakra. You think I will help you? I beg of you. Beg me all you want. But I won't help you. I know. That is why I am borrowing it on my own. As Kyubi felt it as its eyes widened. Cheeky brat. Fine. Just for this time alone. But you will pay for this. I apologize, but it is necessary. Naruto slammed his hands on the ground as Orin chakra pumped out. Time reverse. As time, Naruto's eyes began to literally bleed out even more. As droplets of blood, tears of blood were dropping down, time began to reverse, as Konoha was now back to its original self, and everyone within it. As Naruto was standing there, as Tsunade, who was back, alongside with many others, were shocked. Naruto? I did it, Bachan. I brought everyone back, as Naruto fell face first to the ground. As immediately before she could, Suchi grabbed Naruto and dashed towards the hospital. What are you all waiting for? As Tsunade followed suit, Naruto was in a critical condition. He was almost chakra exhausted, and closer to that doorsteps than ever before. But Tsunade was able to bring her out, and so did Suchi herself. After Naruto was saved, the whole Konoha was now worried about their hero and savior, because Naruto had saved them. But the Akatsuki, the remaining were not happy, as Kisame and Itachi reported this back, and they were not happy at all, because their numbers have been reduced, cut almost to now 4, as only Itachi, Kisame, Zetsu, as well as Tobi were the ones remaining. As Tobi then revealed the biggest secret that he was, in fact, Madara Uchiha, the true mastermind, and the 4th of them will be more than enough, now that the boy was weakened. So while in a weakened state while Naruto was resting, they tried to attack. But Itachi, within a genjutsu, spoke to Naruto and Kyuubi. Kyuubi, Naruto, what is going on? You're Sasuke's brother, right? I know. This may sound mad, but they're here to kill you. Only Kyuubi can save you. As Itachi, knowing the seal, immediately created a key and opened it. Impressive, but why do you think I will help him? You know more than that, because he is the one that you have been searching for. You read my father's history. Zatsu is speaking to Kaguya. I found out about this. I searched on her and found out that she was the mother of the sage before the sage sealed her away. The Mooneye plan is to bring her back. What? No, it cannot come to fruition. They decided to attack Naruto first, because he is the one who can be the biggest hurdle in their path. That is all I can say. You have to help him. Now before they could kill Naruto, two red eyes opened with slits as the Kyuubi's chakra was released, and what followed suit was a major beatdown for the whole three of them, while Itachi acted as if he was hurt and knocked out. Kisame as well as Tobi was killed immediately because they could not escape the Beiju. They came here for something that they got the other way around. While Zetsu was grabbed, you think you can free her. You have another thing coming. As suddenly, Naruto fell face first to the ground as Zetsu disappeared. As now we see, a new atmosphere was present, as Kyuubi was in one circle while the other Bijus were there. As Zetsu is within chains, while Kurama held a hand seal was present there. Kurama, why are you using that sacred seal of sealing, meant for Kaguya? And why is he here? Who is he? His chakra. Yuki. Everyone. He is the will of Kaguya. Through an Uchiha, I was able to find out that the attacks that happened on Konoha recently are for the only one's sake. To revive her. Her will was present. And it is present amongst us now. As the other Jinchurikis then were arriving there. What is going on, Kurama? The others are here. You're all Jinchurikis of the Bijus. Yes. You're right about that, kid. Said B, as well as the others. So what are we gonna do, Ashikaku? We have to warn our villages. And not only that, we have to make sure that this is sealed away. You're gonna do it. We all will. And so all of them used the seals as well as the Jinchurikis, creating a barrier and destroying Zetsu, which was created from the black tears of Kaguya. As Zetsu screamed, he knew that one day his mother will come, and when it happens, the whole world will pay. Now, as for you all, and Jinchurikis, we must become strong as one, and make sure our villages work together now. Because that is the only way. The Otsutsuki clan. Clan? Yes, there are more of them, aside from Kaguya. We'll find a way to get back to us, because they love chakra more than anything. And they will be here in no time. We have to be very careful then, said all of the others. And so, a council of Jinchuriki in its own right was formed between them, and soon it was common knowledge between the people as well, as the Bijus and Jinchurikis together destroyed Zetsu himself. As after it was revealed what was going to happen, they all became terrified when the Gerumazo was present in front of them. And they all realized what the Bijus were speaking was the truth. And also the fact that they were the beings sons of Sage itself. And now they were respected, not feared. And not only that, the whole villages were training to be very, very strong, so that once the Otsutsuki clan arrived, they will be able to counter it with what little knowledge was left behind by the sage. They could. All the while, Naruto was juggling between this and between the mess, his CRA, because always, every day, and arguments were breaking off as Naruto was seated there, trying to be the peacemaker. While Jiraiya and Tsunade enjoyed this, because to them, this was the best life. And so could be said for everyone, in that peaceful and stressful time. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And follow me on my Apollo Uchiha channel as well. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.